Hello, everyone. So, Texas. Okay. I'm from New York. When I was in the military, a lot of my duty assignments were stationed in California. So let me explain. Like, you could be stationed somewhere in California, but then you deploy out of California. So this, for you people that really don't know the military, and holy shit. Okay, even your medical after you retire from the military, Tri-West fucking sucks too. Okay, it ain't free either all the time. Okay, but anyways, I moved to Texas. Okay, because of the cost of living, and I ended up doing a few things and whatever. But Texas is the most subhuman freak. Okay, so they say California, New York. They say, okay, a lot of New Yorkers moved to Florida, and then Florida got expensive. And then Californians, they kind of don't, people don't really, a lot of Californians don't move out. Okay, the weather's good, like they'll deal with whatever. Because one example is, if you leave California, you're leaving good climate, okay, good weather, for like freaking disgusting Texas shit, right? It's either humid in like San Antonio and Houston, or it's all dry desert in El Paso, where I live at now, and it's freaking, the air quality's fucking bad. Like my nose is fucking running all the time. Like it's not humid because I'm allergic to certain like pollen, certain things that come with like humidity, like flowers and plants, shit like that. But El Paso has such bad pollution that I'm allergic to the pollution is bothering me. So picture Arkham, okay? Picture that poor town that Jinx is from. That's what El Paso's like, or pretty much all of Texas, okay? So let me explain. So you're dealing, okay, and I understand, like, if you go to Chicago, just don't hang out with hoodlums. Try to avoid blacks. If you're in the Midwest or East, it's just pretty much just trying to avoid a certain demographic or whatever, right? That's the truth, man. Okay? It's even customer service. I'll like, if a black lady picks up the phone, there's been a rare times where they've been good, but I just hang up the phone. Like, I just like, even if it takes me like an hour to get a hold of someone, as soon as they say this is Shaniqua, I'm hanging up the damn phone. But anyways, so in Texas, you just deal with pretty much what you do like on a normal basis, like going to the grocery store, going to a gym, the amount of subhumans you will cross, like driving. So you may save money, like moving from like California or New York or an expensive city to Texas, but you might get in an accident, and these people, like, no insurance, no freaking, like, the amount of especially you live in a border town, okay, but you're just dealing with subhumanity. Like, okay, these people, it happened in San Antonio a lot. Houston was I was just passing through. Houston's kind of big, so I didn't get enough time to really experience with Houston, but you're dealing with subhumans on a constant basis. Like, especially when I had to take public transportation. like in New York, in New York, like, people get on the subway, and yeah, you'll have problems that you can get, but they're pretty good at enforcing themselves. Like, one guy was smoking on the subway, on the actual subway, it was moving, and then like one guy said something, like, what are you doing smoking? There's children around. And then all the subway people were going to beat his ass. And then he got off the subway. So, and then New York, there's too many people that if you get killed, it's just like, there's 12 million people walking around New York City. So, I mean, getting killed, I mean, it's just kind of like, and they're not related to you, or you didn't really do anything. You're just like an innocent. It kind of like, you were in a bad luck, man. Like, 1 out of 12 million people, and for some reason you got stabbed, and then people just ignore each other. In Texas, they don't ignore each other. Everyone was like butting in, and you can't do shit. So anyways, so the amount of stuff, okay, there's people like in Texas that when you look at them, you're like, this person should have no human rights. This person ain't a human. Like, I was behind a Prius just a little bit ago, and this Prius was going 20 miles an hour. And this ain't just Priuses, okay? And they were basically just being a road hazard, okay? Like they were basically going to cause an accident going so slow, and the person gave no fuck. Like the shit was weird. The shit was insane, okay? The light's green. It's going so slow. Then it goes yellow. Then the car's behind them, and you leave the car in the fucking red light to get hit. And these Texans, they fucking fly through red lights, green lights. It don't matter. They just see a light, and they fucking just go all in. But there's green. Red is just like, let me hurry up. Hopefully no one's driving the right way or going through a green light, and if I hit them, I hit them. I was in a hurry. You know, some, they don't know time. They think like going through like they'll drive on the wrong side of the street. Like this is a one-way street, and there's a food drive, okay? These dumbasses will drive on one side of the street, the wrong one, to get to the free expired food, and cars are honking it because they're too lazy to go around. And they're like fucking 400 pounds. 400-pound people at a food drive. You know, if I was like a social worker, as soon as I see a fat family, I'll be like, I'm cutting you off fucking EBT right away. EBT. Health benefits, those need to go for veterans or people that actually contributed something. You know, maybe they're a factory worker and the union doesn't. You know those people that retire they had 30 years in the plant, and then at 29, 354 days, they fire them. Or lay them off, you know, something. They don't get no medical or some shit. That medical needs to go to them, not a fucking illegal fat immigrant, even a legal one. Okay. So, anyways, what else goes? Okay, so I was coming on the base on Fort Bliss, and there's a Domino's fucking driver. Okay, and this fucking driver on a military base can't drive for shit. Okay. Like he was caught, like the amount of shit he was gonna cause on that base, like people couldn't go around him. It looked like he fucking fell asleep at a stop sign. I honked at him. Okay, he drove sideways, fucking pretty much sideways. That's how he drove. Like he literally drove sideways. Okay, a motherfucker that was just driving sideways. The front tire was like at a 40-degree angle and shit. Okay, I tried to get around him, and then he was gonna like cut me off just because he was driving sideways, and I kept honking at him till we got off fucking the base. Like, you know, it's like Jesus fucking Christ. And then he wouldn't fucking leave. Like we get off the base. I guess he's a Domino's driver. He drops us on the base, or he's from I don't fucking know. Ain't no, this motherfucker's too retarded. Okay, and then he was still the way he was driving, and no one could get around him. It's like Jesus fucking Christ. He's basically taking up 2 lanes, and no one could get around him. Okay? And he was retarded. He stopped at a light, and then you look at him, he's like, that's like your typical dumbass Texan. Okay? You go to Walmart, you want to vomit. Okay? Especially San Antonio. San Antonio, you will go to Walmart and you will fucking vomit. You will go to never mind, I'm gonna say, nah, it's fucked up. Okay, never mind. Yeah, there was an incident at a Walmart a few years back in El Paso, so I don't want to. Never mind. That's way too. It's just a chicken. Never mind. Okay. Anyways, but yeah, you go to certain places and just motherfuckers in El Paso will ask you for fucking directions, right? It was like my 3rd day here, and they're asking me for directions, and they're from here. And then I'm like, yeah, I think there's one up this street, or there's one up, yeah, there should be one. There's a grocery store on this street, like a mile up. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with these motherfuckers? Okay, but that's how they are. So anyways, being around stupid, fat, fucking people, ugly people will wear you out. Okay? Now, I pay $12.25 a month for my apartment. So in Texas, that's kind of average, but I think, you know, but I live pretty nice. But I got to move to a swing state. A swing state. The problem with Republican states, most of them are kind of ugly, or I can't live in them because of, like Florida, I can't, the humidity and then the allergies, right? But most Republican states are kind of ugly. Cosmetically, bad infrastructure. Good infrastructure are too expensive. Portland, Seattle. I got to find a fucking good ass state, like a decent. So we'll go from there. So right now, the only state that looks like worthy is Nevada. So I probably got to head over to Nevada, move somewhere up in Nevada. Okay? Talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye-bye.